Hello, love. Welcome to Feeling Fridays here on the Libra Key. Messages for the highest and the greatest good of the Empath Journey and the Empath Collective here on Mama Gaia. Know that if these messages have found you or if you have found it, that there is something here for you. There's always the intention that I put into these messages, all for the highest and greatest good and in alignment with the highest and greatest truth for the Elestial Collective, empaths, light workers, starseeds, healers, awakened and awakening souls here on Mama Gaia. This is a message directly from Spirit, from Source. It feels anytime Source wants to come through, one of the biggest things that is being emphasized with the energy is dealing with universal themes, okay? Universal concepts, bigger truths. And Spirit is connecting it also to energetically what is going on now. Remember that these messages are always timely yet timeless, so take into account what is happening around now. This message is for August 9th, 2024, okay? Coming off of the 8-8 portal, and I'm recording this July 28th, 2024, okay? Right off the bat, Spirit showing me the Peacock Spirit and really emphasizing for me one of the cards from the Mystic Mondays Tarot, the Nine of Pentacles, in which there is a peacock, okay? And then showing me the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith and Pamela's Genius, okay? And I heard your flamboyance, the energy of flamboyance, your true colors shining. There is a song, and I can't remember who sings this song. It's a woman. I see your true colors shining. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid. Really emphasizing that energy. We are in Leo season. Even as I record this, I do get that energy really coming through as well with regard to this energy of flamboyance, this energy of being yourself, this energy of being comfortable in your own skin, okay? And really also how this is connected to paying attention to your dreams. And we're going to get a little bit more into that. But before I do, I want to share with you, I'm working with this Elestial Amethyst. Okay. Now, Amethyst, and if this resonates for you, by all means, go for it. Amethyst is a great crystal to work with for dream work. And it's particularly great to sleep with. Spirit really wanting me to emphasize that because it can really help us to dream recall when we're working with amethyst, and even if you can, to pair it with clear quartz because it does amplify it when you work with it that way, okay? But I'm being shown someone holding a piece of amethyst in their receiving hand, which is your non-dominant hand, either meditating with it before you go to bed or putting it under your pillow, and even holding it while you sleep, okay? Putting it next to you while you sleep, however works for you. And Spirit also emphasizing the color ray here that is purple, okay? And we're talking here, they're not showing me a violet or magenta, they're showing me like the color of this room. They're really emphasizing that, like that type of a purple, a very kind of almost veering on the royal kind of color purple, like an eggplant or even like an aubergine color purple. So I'm hearing the word access point. So there's something here with regard to, they're emphasizing the third eye. They're emphasizing also by way of that, the crown, there's kind of bridge here, right? And being open to receiving insights through dreams as an access point. Dreams as an access point for more deeply going into this energy of your true self, your flamboyance. Now, I'm going to ask just for a little bit more clarification here on flamboyance, because they're connecting flamboyance here to the energy of your like life force energy, your soul signature, your life force energy, the energy that is, because I'm also hearing blueprint here. Yours by design is what they're saying to me. And really embracing that, okay? They want me to end that there. So these messages are going to be soul support around that. And also touching into perhaps where you feel you may have, and this, okay, quote unquote, gone wrong, because that's sort of language-wise a little limiting in how we put it, but there are lessons to be learned in that, right? Because it's like, there really are no mistakes. And this is kind of but it's also important to recognize where we need to take responsibility for things and for ourselves, okay? I'm going to be asking through the Healing Waters Oracle. I know I was just holding that up for a really long time, but and the original tarot, 1909, Pamela's Genius. Going to start with the tarot is what they're directing me to as I cut the deck, yeah. So what's interesting is this Ace of Pentacles coming out in reverse is almost like it's coming through as where we don't see something particularly showing up in the physical, because we ourselves are having some kind of resistance to it. At some deeper level, Spirit is also directing me to the energy here of the body, and the body holding the score, okay? Because this is Pentacles energy, so we're talking about our actual physical bodies. I'm hearing like in our bones, So some of this may be connected to indoctrination and programming through the family, through the ancestral lines. They're really showing this emphasis of it being in the body. So we're almost kind of unconscious to it. They keep on showing me, they keep on wanting me to, Spirit keeps on wanting me to look at the clock for some reason here. Okay. Interesting. They're emphasizing for me here an emphasis on the memory of time. Our memory of time. Collectively, it's 1:16 on the clock right now when it just went to 1:17. So 1:16, that reduces to an 8. 1:17 reduces to a 9. They're also giving me here the energy of progression. They're emphasizing a message that had come through a entirely different video with regard to 1 step back, 2 steps forward. I'm going to try and find that and link it here. 1 step back, 2 steps forward. There's been a lot coming up with regard to timeline shifts and course correction. And this is connected to this Ace of Pentacles coming up in reverse. They just want me to sort of start shuffling because apparently it's going to get more explained through the cards. Yeah, okay. So, wishes fulfilled. Interesting. These shifts are actually, okay, this came through another message where the detour was part of the path. Oh my. That's a lot, but this is what was on top, okay? So there's something here with regard to the things perhaps that we wanted that were actually not in alignment with our true self. Not in alignment with our flamboyance is what I'm hearing. They're using flamboyance here as like, I'm actually seeing it being compared to the Sun card. And it is Leo season, so it's connected to this. Your soul shining, essentially, because they're connecting the sun to astrology and that as a representation of the soul and where we shine, okay? A lot of emphasis on light here, the importance of light, the light within, you know, incredibly fitting because, you know, this is Leo season and this is what it's all about. And we are coming off of a new moon in Leo as well. So there's a huge emphasis here on the things that you thought were going to make you happy, the things that you thought were going to be fulfilling for you were actually not. And this is because something has shifted, something has changed, okay? This is related to like classic, the cards, just ego death energy. Okay, the cards are just completely popping. Yeah, coming out of this Tower energy. Wow, okay. Hanged Man in reverse and Temperance. So we got the big guns coming out here, right? With 4 major arcana and the Empress at the bottom of the deck, okay? What's interesting is I always find the 9 of Pentacles incredibly Empress-like, right? So this is sort of that higher octave. The Empress is sort of like a higher 1111 on the counter. A higher octave. Interesting. And they're adding the 11 to the 3, which is 14, which is Temperance, which is what we've got here, right? Yeah. We're redressing a balance here. We are redressing a balance, and perhaps, okay, this is a very specific message. Perhaps this rebalancing is actually taking place within the feminine, within each and every one of us. This Tower and the Hanged Man coming out in reverse is a complete reevaluation of the things we thought we wanted. These could even be, I'm really emphasizing what we wanted here, desired here, because this is Cups energy, so we're talking about the emotional body here, right? This could be a relationship, okay, because we do have the Devil coming out here, which is, you know, reflecting the lovers, right? This could have been a relationship. This could have been a job. This could have been some kind of reconciliation is what I'm getting as well, with like family or friends, or perhaps you revisited a situation. Yeah, that you thought had shifted or changed, and it didn't. Course correction is what I'm hearing with that. This Temperance card is coming out to show the rebalancing, addressing a rebalancing needing to take place. And Archangel Michael now coming through for this big time. He is often, this is the card that represents Archangel Michael, one of them anyway, as I see it in the tarot, but traditionally speaking, okay? Which is interesting because people, when they look at that, they sort of go, well, you know, he's got like, he's on the water, one-footed, like how? But he's coming in to reassure us that this is a message from him in that respect, with regard to drawing lines in the sand in order for you to redress a balance. He's really focusing here on, I'm getting a lot of, interestingly enough, more fiery energy coming through with this card, really emphasizing the sun in the background as, again, like the Sun card, and this Hanged Man, right, with this halo, this crown energy really lighting up, just a clear cognizance, like a pure knowing, you know, a knowing of what is right for you, and feeling like we are actually embodying that, okay? And on that note, they want me to go to the healing waters, because there's something significant in that with regard to the water. We've got this Cups energy coming out, letting it rain, allowing what is inevitability and trust. More confirmation around this thing that perhaps didn't go the way you thought it would. Archangel Michael also wanting to help release energetic cords around that too, and he's specifically directing me to the energy of the mind, or perhaps we are replaying certain things over and over again, especially as empaths. 1441 on the counter, 123 on the clock. So huge emphasis here on time, on course correction, timelines. I'm even hearing adjacent timelines. What does that mean? Okay, interesting. They're tying it back into this dream access point where we are able to actually view very clearly. Some of us may be getting actual flashes, whether in meditation or in dream time, of a potential timeline. Okay, this goes back to quantum reality and quantum physics. And this idea that there is a potential timeline that exists within the quantum field where you made a different decision and you went somewhere else. How is this being tied in though to? They want to bring that in as a confirmation more than anything in terms of the path that you are now on. And they're giving me the phrase course correction again too. So yeah, because it feels like some of us might really feel stuck in terms of, did I make the right choice? There are a lot of emotions that might be coming up around that, okay? So it's almost like this dream work, this dream time, this energy with the amethyst coming through is a way to really gain clarity around that, and even working with the purple ray is what they're showing me, and purple color therapy. On call, healer, seer, priestess, priest, priestess, soul purpose. Okay. This is another confirmation of the difficulties we go through, the challenges we go through happening for us. There's some Chiron energy coming in with that around the wounded healer, okay? Perhaps this is actually something that in terms of your mission work, in terms of one of the reasons you're here, whether it's redressing some kind of karmic balance, whether it's the work you're meant to do here, okay? Somehow related to this, okay? She who follows, ease, being open to change, go with the flow of life. Yeah, there's this real emphasis here on getting unstuck around this situation and just going with the flow. A lot of emphasis here with Archangel Michael coming through with regard to cutting the cords, clearing the energy. Also, if it resonates with you, working with the violet flame. I mean, we are kind of close with regard to this purple ray that's coming through. It's like an amethyst ray is what I'm seeing. Like I keep on seeing this color, right? Like the room here where we're working with the energy of transmutation. This is also a very magical energy, alchemical in nature with regard to transmutation, okay? The well maidens, kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. I'm hearing that we have to have this with ourselves. There's a beautiful kind of mother crone energy happening here too with this. This goes back to the magic. This goes back to the divine feminine. This goes back to the Empress at the bottom of the deck, okay? This energy of really fully going with the flow, surrendering. They're showing me even this well maiden. Oh my God, and they're putting all this together like this now. Where I'm seeing this is a crystal ball. Scrying. This is another access point. Scrying. Okay. However that would resonate for you, if that's a practice that you do, either scrying into a crystal ball, into incense smoke, into the clouds, even I'm being shown into water as well. Yeah, into the unknown at the bottom of the deck. Underworld depth, courage, facing your fears. That is a nod to some of the shadow work. That is a nod to going into the depths, having the courage to do that, to get unstuck. Okay. This feels like it was a very specific message with regard to, they're showing me actually the empath collective. This is almost like it's going more into a much more general collective message now with regard to a theme that has been ongoing in terms of transmutation of energy, alchemizing emotions, okay? Taking something, again, this had come through, I don't know, it was a few, maybe a couple, maybe 2-3 messages ago. This energy of magic. And when I say magic here, I'm talking about the energy of alchemy or transmutation. And the functional aspect of the trickster, okay? This energy of really stepping into that. That's where this flamboyance is coming in. That's where this energy of like this 9 of Pentacles is coming in, right? Of really like taking hold of our power, taking hold of our inner power, okay? And what Spirit is, okay, so I'm going to end, what Spirit wants to end it off here as I end this off is how powerful empaths are at this. Empaths are incredibly powerful at this. Okay. I'm going to use the word hijacking here. Take that however it resonates for you. Also, take that in every respect of the word. Again, if you know, right? This kind of goes back to the whole idea of, I remember, yeah, I'm hearing the emphasis of the word. And I got to give props to, it's one of those, okay, so they're basically, they really want to acknowledge this in terms of how an empath's energy is hijacked and why it is, because it is so powerful. Archangel Michael coming in again for that, right? There's an energy here of differentiating when we're actually, when our energy is being siphoned in some way or manipulated or taken advantage of, and why. Why is that the case? Okay. Now, it's interesting. This goes off into a whole other topic, and I don't want to make this video super, super long. If you know, right? Exactly what I'm talking about. I know some of you have made comments to this effect, which I think is amazing. And massive props to you with regard to, like, the difference between being a light worker and a light slave. This is an energy that we really need to look at. They're really emphasizing this right now. And I don't know if this is just something that's going to be coming up more and more that we need to focus on. 2323 on the counter as I say that. Okay. That's a 5 and a 5 that reduces to a 10. Wheel of Fortune. This is, I'm actually hearing wheel, but I'm okay. They're showing me the wheel turning, but they're saying turning this on its head. Turning this on its head. This is like a whole other message, okay? But know how it's tying it in, because they keep on directing me back to this Devil, the Tower in reverse, the Hangman, and Temperance. This is about redressing a major balance with regard to that. And the energy of going deeper in order to understand where that is and what that means for each and every one of us, okay? There's so much to say on this. There's so much to say on this. Oh my God, I just realized they're directing me again. There's 3 women in this as well. There's 3 women in this. This is why they weren't just ending it right away. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Really, really interesting. Major emphasis here on transmutation. Major emphasis here on cycles, and this being part of the cycles at a greater level, at a more collective level. This also keys back into divine feminine, and the reclamation of that is what I'm hearing. This is going off in a whole other direction, but it's connected. It's all connected to this, because they're connecting it back to also how much of the divine feminine energy has been hijacked and siphoned. Okay, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for bringing through these beautiful messages. And thank you to the Peacock Spirit. We got to give a shout out to the Peacock Spirit and this beautiful Amethyst energy coming in for this reading. I thank you for being here, for sharing your time, your energy with me in this space. I thank you, empath, emphatically, that's what I want to say, for doing the work. Each and every one of us doing the work. Going into these depths. Not being afraid of the dark, stepping into your light worker essence and light liberator essence as much as is possible, and it's limitless. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sending you so much love wherever you are, in love and liberation always.